Welcome to Beating Cancer Daily. Beating stage 4 cancer for 30 years still takes my breath away every time I say it. I'm Saranne, founder of the ComedyCures Foundation, and I hope you'll join me for just a few minutes daily for the next 365 days so we may laugh, learn, maybe cry a little as we live our best days beating cancer daily together. I remember the first time I got a universal remote control, and I thought to myself, well, this changes everything. I didn't write that joke. It's actually a variation on a joke I heard, but I thought it was an appropriate way to start today's episode because it is true that once you start thinking about control differently, everything changes. And I want to pick up where I left off on a prior episode, actually the episode from yesterday called Tumor Humor, Things I Can't Control. Now, today I want to talk about things that we can control. And as I said in the prior episode, I started thinking about this because of a poster that I saw on Etsy by Light and Salt. And if you want to reference that poster, you can get it. It's called I Cannot Control. And then the subheading is Things I Shouldn't Focus My Time and Energy on. So in the prior episode, I really talked about things that we can't control. And today I want to spend a little time on things that I believe we can control. I just want to talk to you for a minute about something I read published by the University of Rochester Medical Center. And their take on it is that if you really look at the things that we can control, then that can make a difference no matter how small in increasing our feelings of being in control. For example, eating healthier food, giving up harmful habits, stop smoking, reduce alcohol consumption, and finding creative ways to be physically active and engaging in relaxing activities that can help reduce our stress and promote well-being. So they're looking at it from this very broad way, but I actually think that those ideas are really helpful. What I loved about this poster that I found on Etsy is that it gave very micro specific ways of things that we can control. And I think they're both really helpful. So I'm going to read a little more from this poster because it really reflected so many of the things that I did in my treatment. And hopefully it'll be useful for you. Things I can control, things I should focus on. My attitude, my boundaries, how I express myself, the choices I make, being adaptable to change, my thoughts and actions, asking for help, the way I act, where I put my time and energy, my beliefs and values, how I respond, the way I treat others, and my words. I just love how specific and small all of these little things are. So my experience is that when I do micro habits, tiny, small, repetitive habits, that I experience great change, relief, shifts. So the research is backing us up that small micro habits can really help you make big leaps, and they're digestible. So what I would love for you to do is to make a list either on your phone or on paper of the things that you think that you can start controlling in your own life. And then let's work on strengthening the muscle of those things. I really loved this poster. As I said, it inspired me to do yesterday's episode and today's episode. And I felt like there were so many times when I was given such bad news in my cancer treatment all the way up to get your affairs in order, that they were whipping me into states of being out of control because I couldn't control the medical news they were giving me. I couldn't control each aspect of my medical treatment. But what I could do was do everything possible to stay as joy-filled, as hope-filled, as faith-filled, and as positive and as resilient as possible. So hopefully, as we start to build these muscles together, you will also start feeling that things are more within your control, and the things that aren't within your control, we can start to let go of. And hopefully, as you go through whatever trial or tribulation you're handling, things will be a lot less stressful. So, I love when you go to our Comedy Cures website, comedycures.org, and you hit the record button or you hit the write us button, and you tell me how you're doing with the elements of things that you can control versus the elements that you can't control. And if you've come up with any techniques for figuring this out for yourself, I would love for you to share it with me. And maybe we can do a follow-up episode where we teach more strategies for dividing what you can control and what you can't control. Thanks for your input. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys know this, but Beating Cancer Daily is a listener and donor-supported podcast and community. So if you have some extra change, I'd love you to go to ComedyCures.org and make a donation today of whatever level is comfortable for you. And it will be tax deductible to the extent allowed by law, because Comedy Cures is a nonprofit 501c3 organization founded from my chemo chair, April 1999, and we've been going strong ever since. So please consider making a donation today and help our community and this podcast thrive. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Guess what time it is? It's time for me to read the disclaimer. Beating Cancer Daily and the membership circle are not in lieu of medical advice or treatment. They are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your healthcare team to review your best strategy. Thanks for listening.